I had to open a new one. So give me a second, everybody. This is my first time doing this. So I need to let everyone know that I had to create a new live stream. And I need to set up. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm trying to set my. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna have to place this. Oh my goodness. Okay, everyone, bear with me. This is my first live stream, and for some reason, the live stream that I scheduled, it won't let me connect my phone to it. So I just gotta figure out how to set my phone up so I can sit and chat with you all. And let me just let me get this figured out. Bear with me. We learn as we go. Trial and error is the key to knowledge. So I'm going to set this up. And let's see here. There we go. There we go. I think that'll do for now. Okay, now I need to open it up on my tablet so I can see what you're all saying, because right now I'm in the dark. And I also need to message Drew to see if he could change these links. So, let's see here. Okay. Okay. Woo! There we go. I think we're getting it. We're getting it. Let me see if I can change this. Let's go. Woo! I'm sweating now. I had a little panic moment there. It's like, oh no. How can I make this work? Okay. Whew. Gotta breathe for just a moment. I'm a little sad that all of my links are leading to the live stream that does not work. I hope everybody can figure it out. And Drew, if you're watching right now, I would love if you could change those links in our community tabs on our channels. That would be amazing. MK, welcome to High Vibrationals. Thank you for your support. Okay, so yes, this is my first live stream. I'm a little bit nervous, but also excited to be here with you all. And my intention for opening up this container and creating this space is to just connect with this community. You all, you mean so much to me, and your comments and your presence and everything that you say and that you do, it honestly just fills my heart every single day, and it just gives me the drive and the love to just keep doing and keep pursuing and keep creating. And the fact that my music can make an impact in your life is why I make the music that I do. And it has changed my life, and that's why I got into the sound therapy journey, was because if it helped me so much, then maybe it could help you. And when we started this channel, the comments that we got were just like, oh, it is working. It's doing something. It's helping people. And, looking at your comments just like, oh, it feels so good. Honestly, I'm on the verge of tears almost every morning while I listen to my music and read your stories. Yeah, I guess I'll start diving in and reading this chat and communicating with you and answering your questions. And um, yes. And Jackie Jones, I spotted you right off the bat. Jackie Jones has been a Patreon member of ours for a long time now, and just a part of the community for so long. She's had so much great input and advice. Thank you so much for being here, Jackie. Uh, I appreciate you. And yeah, I need to breathe. um, and there might be more guided meditations on the way as well, definitely. I'm gonna bring this a little closer so we can get a little bit more light on my face here. And how's the audio? Can everybody hear me okay? Um, CRX Loana, I'm gonna call you as CRX. I'm doing very well, thank you. I got a little bit flustered trying to figure out why I couldn't connect to the live stream. I was like, no, everything was ready. And then I went into a little bit of a panic, but I'm feeling better and better by the minute as I just allow myself to ground into this space and be present with you. And actually, you know, there's two bowls of mine that really just allow me to breathe. And that is the note C and the note F. They're my favorite combination. And sometimes when I feel flustered or wound up or any emotion that might be on the chaotic stage, I just play those notes and things just seem to flow together. S. McLovin, I love you too. Thank you. Thank you for your kindness. It means a lot. You know, some of my earlier, some of my earlier sound baths, when I started this channel with Drew, they're a bit brutal to listen to now. And you know, that's how we grow, is listening to the content. Like, one of the best ways for me to improve my work is listening to the content and feeling the cringe of something that I've done, and just be like, okay, how do I make sure that doesn't happen again? And you know, trial and error, and ultimately, you know, the key and the goal is to progress every single sound bath. It doesn't have to be better than the last, but it has. For me, it just I always want to feel a little bit of an improvement in it, and I just really want you to feel the music, because I feel music so much. I'm someone who gets goosebumps from music, and you know, the right note can make me cry like a little baby. So because it does that, I try to have that happen in the music that I create, so that when I hit those notes, it might, you know, release and free something within yourself. Tequina, I just want to give you a huge shout out. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for moderating. I really wanted, you know, we have so many listeners from Europe, and so I felt like 1 p.m. was a fair time. You know, it really, it's not too late over in Europe or other parts of the world. So I hope that this time worked great for you all. Stacy Faru, I see you and I feel you, and my heart goes out to you. And I'm gonna just play this heart bowl for you for just a moment. And I'm grateful that you're here, and I hope that my music can at least hold space for you. Jody Arrington, welcome. You know, Jody, you're with me in my consciousness because you were one of the first people to buy one of the crystal wands that I crafted. And I haven't sold those in a while because Every time I sold them, I felt like I was like giving away a baby, and I'm like, oh, I just love them so much. Thank you for being here. Um, my sun sign is Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius. My moon sign is Gemini, and my rising sign is, oh no, my moon sign is Taurus, and my rising sign is Gemini. So, yeah. um, let's see here. Healing Sound Mats, thank you for being here. I can see on your picture that you play the crystal singing bowls too. That's amazing. Thank you for doing your work. Thank you for helping raise the vibrations of the planet and lifting the spirits of everyone who listens to your content. I love you too, and I appreciate you for being here. Um, let's see here. Yes, Amelia. Um, Amelia Marquez. I do say we. Um, so there's two of us here at Healing Vibrations. I am Travis, and I am the sound therapist. I create the soundscapes, and now I've been doing the audio editing. And Drew is my partner, and Drew is actually, he is the first friend of my entire life. We were actually neighbors from the moment that we were born, and we grew up together, and it's really interesting the way the universe works. We went our separate ways at one point, and came back together, and Drew had this incredible idea of he wanted to create a YouTube channel, and I was doing massage therapy at the time, and I also had been developing a sound bath practice or like a sound bath experience for the job that I was working at the time, and that was at the Four Seasons. And so I had recently been trying to build my career as a sound therapist. Um, I actually, my motto doing massage therapy was healing the world one body at a time. And, I everything that I do comes out of my heart. And I'm very much in my heart space. And I got into sound therapy because I personally had experiences with it and was like, this could reach so many more people. I'm going to shift this over a little bit. There we go. Oh, too far. I'm going to shift it back. There we go. Yeah, and so I, got into sound therapy because I experienced some sound healing magic on my own, and I was beginning my career as a sound therapist and doing sound baths at the Four Seasons, and Drew and I bumped into each other at our parents because our parents both still live next to each other, and he told me that he had been, wanted to create a sound bath channel or a YouTube channel, and his niche was ASMR, and I didn't know anything about ASMR, but I had told him that I'm going into sound therapy, and he was just like whoa, like what is this? Like I would love to experience this, like whatever it is you're talking about, and would you be up for starting a YouTube channel? And I'm like, I've never been someone who was really into social media. Um, I'm kind of like always in my own like world in a way, and yeah, I was like, why not? That would be amazing. We could reach a larger group of the world and heal the world instead of just one body at a time. We can help the world on a larger scale, and so I guess you didn't really ask that question. So, but I figured I'd share it with you, and yeah, I say we because Drew is the man behind the scenes. He does all the amazing visual effects that you see on our videos. He does the lighting. He's really good with putting the lights together, the colors and the textures. He did the audio editing. So he does all the editing behind the scenes. He also does the administrative stuff for our business. So he is just this incredible foundation of a force in healing vibrations, and I'm just kind of the front man. Um, yeah, healing vibrations would never be what it is today without Drew, because I always say this, and I sound like a broken record, but I always say that we're two hemispheres of the same brain. All these things that I'm really good at and that I love are the things that Drew, might not be. And all these things that Drew's really good at and things that he loves are all the things that I might not be. And so we bring our skill sets together, and it comes together as this team. And we're just this amazing team. He's my best friend. He's been my friend since the day I was born. And so that's why I say we. There's two of us, and we've been doing it since the beginning. Oh my gosh, there are so many comments. Sorry, I went on a little tangent. It wasn't a tangent, but just sharing. I went on a sharing. Um, whatever it is that you want to share. Hopefully, you're in here and you heard that. And I think Rebecca, Rebecca Webb, my feline assistant, fell asleep right over here. Purse, come here. Everyone wants to say hi. Get over here. He's snoozing right now. you know, I'm gonna grab him anyways. Let me grab the fluffy little guy. Come here, Purse. Everybody wants to say hi to you. Oh. Everyone wants to say hi to you, big guy. Everyone wants to say hi, sleepyhead. So Perseus is with me 24/7. Every moment of every day, he's my little shadow. And he loves to follow me, and he loves to play music with me. He's just my little inspiration. You're just my little inspiration. Yeah, so continuing on. Um, Chloe Evans, very good to see you here. There are so many of you that I recognize in the comments, and I love seeing you all come back and reading your beautiful messages. And I'm grateful that I can help you with your anxiety. I'm someone too that experiences, or not so much now, but I definitely myself experienced a lot of anxiety in my past. And there's something so magical about the crystal singing bowls, and whew, they can dump anxiety almost instantaneously with me. Like I could be feeling really stressed out or worked up, and then I'll just put my headphones on and play some of the singing bowls, and within like 30 seconds, I get to just take that that sigh of relief, like everything's gonna be okay. Um, Let me see here. Let's see. I'm going. Oh. Oh, no sound. Can you all hear me? No. Okay, sound is back. Oh, weird. I wonder why it left. Um. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down, find a message. BTS's life. The meaning of life to me is to be lived. That I believe that, the whole point of existence is to experience, and that includes experiencing the good, the things that we claim to be bad, good, bad, painful. I believe that the whole human experience is here to just learn and grow. And oftentimes, when things seem so horrible in our lives and painful, they actually are little paths to something brighter. And then we can relate to others who also experience those pains and traumas. So you know, people can claim good or bad. Like, ultimately, I just feel that life just is, and it's just meant to be lived however you feel is right. There's ultimately, there's no right, there's no wrong, there's just experience and how you come out of it. And lots of times, some of the most horrible things that happen in this world um, lead to profound changes, and those things raise the awareness of the collective, and then we grow as a collective, and then we can prevent those things from happening again. And yeah, the meaning of life to me is just to be lived. um, I actually had a so I had a I was in a really, really dark place at one point in my life. Really dark. I won't share too much more from that. um, but when I came out of that darkness, my life changed like I never knew before. And I went on the search of, what's the point of life, like, what's the meaning to life, what's, like, why are we here, is there an afterlife, like, why, what, all these things were going on in my mind. And it led me to meditation. And there's many times in my life that I did not want to be here. And through my meditations and self journey and exploration, I ended up experiencing my first out of body experience. And that's a whole story of its own that I would love to share with everyone at some point. But it just it, it broke me open in a way that I didn't know was possible, and I saw and felt and experienced eternity. And when I came back, I just had this new love for life, and I just remember, like, we want to be here. There's so many times that we feel like we don't, but when we go to this other place, we just want to come back. Oh, I can't say we. I personally, I I just remember when I went to this other place, all I thought I was dead, and I wanted to come back so bad. And when I came back, I was just like, I am so happy to be back in this body. I am so happy to be Travis again. And there's life is just like this. It's just a roller coaster of just big ups, big downs, and it's all part of the process. And all of the pain and suffering doesn't last. All of the joy and happiness doesn't last. But they all come back at different points in your life until you start to. It just becomes easier and easier and easier to get through them. Yeah, that's another long explanation for a simple little question. Um, um, yeah, Perseus says he loves you all too. He loves you all. He's my boy. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can catch up on some of these questions. And actually, let me just check my email real quick. Um, okay, never mind. How about an audio check and video check? Can you all see me? Am I blurry, Or is it clear and can you hear me? Um, I would love to know. um, Luigi, congratulations. The journey into sound healing is such an amazing one. And, you know, one of the greatest things about the sound healing, the sound therapy, is go out and experience as much of it as you can. So much of what I learned, I never took any courses or classes because I'm someone that just, like, even with meditation, I didn't learn from any instructor. I'm just someone who just, like, I just follow what I feel like I should be doing. And I've also had experiences that I've been to sound baths where I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is absolutely horrible. Like I've experienced someone playing in a way that, excuse me, was very jarring and rattling and not relaxing. And so I learned from that as, like, this is what not to do in my sound baths. And then I've been in sound baths that were like, oh my gosh, that was so amazing. I want to incorporate that into my sound baths. And so trial and error and experiencing sound in all of its forms is one of the best ways to grow as a sound healer. I like to call it sound therapist because I don't like I don't like to call myself a healer. I'm a healer in the sense that I'm always healing, but I feel that I believe that we are designed to heal ourselves. And with the right sounds, the right frequencies, the right experiences, we can have these internal releases on our own. And some of the most profound changes and transformations I've had in my own life were due to me exploring myself and there being a facilitator giving me the tools that I can use to have that release on my own. So I like to call it sound therapist. I use sound therapy and I use sound to hold space for you to process whatever it is that you need to. And if I can strike the right note at the right time and allow the right release, then that's just perfect. Um, AK, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a high vibrational for 22 months. Like, what? 2 years? Thank you. Um, you're amazing. And thank you for receiving my authenticity and vulnerability. Um, I want to do this more. I want to connect with you all more. I want you to know who I am. I want you to know my intentions, and I just want to just build this community of, like, it might sound cheesy, but this community of love and acceptance. I think that the world needs love and acceptance more than anything. There's so many finger pointing, like like this side, this side, this side, this side. It's like I just like to be in the middle and just love and accept everybody for their own views, and everyone's their way because of what they've been through in their lives, and what's real in my reality might not be real in this other person's reality, but what's real in this person's reality might not be what's real in my reality. And that's okay. We don't have to agree on everything. We don't have to see eye to eye on everything. But I accept you and I love you. And that's what this space is for. It's just for you to come exactly as you are. It doesn't matter what you believe in, it doesn't matter your political beliefs, it doesn't matter your religious beliefs or not. This is just a space for you to just come and be and experience sound and enjoy yourself. um, B. Bourgeois, I probably butchered your name and I'm so sorry. But thank you for becoming a high vibrational. That, honestly, being a member with Healing Vibrations, it means so much to us. And we don't offer much more for being one. It's just like a support thing and helping to make this a steady living for Drew and I. Um, but it it honestly, it means so much, and it helps so much. And whoever, I appreciate you, whether you are a member of Human Vibrations or just a community member or whatever you are. Like, just your comments are enough ultimately, or you just watching is enough. um, uh, yes, Virgo Pixie, we are our own alchemist. I think that the most divine healing comes from within, and you know, I'm I'm all about self mastery in a way. When I experience pain or discomfort or something inside of me, or anything, my first question is why. Like, what could have potentially triggered that? And then I go through the list, and then I make a life change, and ultimately it ends up leaving, because we know ourselves best, and when we listen to our body and our mind and what it's telling us, um, we can have profound transformations take place. um, let's see here. Perseus. Okay. um Kira, M. I stay productive every day because there's so much there's so much to do. Um, Drew and I do have 4 channels, that we're steadily working on the regular. Um, we record 4 sound baths every Thursday, and so my day is filled with connecting with the community through messages, and a huge chunk of it is through creation and coming up with the ideas, doing the research into whatever topic it is that our sound bath theme is, and then we create this topic in this category, and then I'll go online and I'll just learn everything about that topic and category, and then I'll come up with ideas of, like, how can I make this sound like this? Like, how can I translate this feeling into a sound? And so I spend so much time, most of my days, doing creation and learning. And I'm really fortunate that I've been able to make this my full-time job, because you know, it's just like a non-stop learning experience. And then, yeah, Drew on the other side is, a master with the editing. It takes him hours to put that stuff together, and the administrative stuff and the emails. And then it takes me hours with the creation processes and learning, and just coming up with ideas and ways to expand our business so that we can grow and make this, lifelong careers. But there's always so much to do. There's always so much to do, and time just flies. It's like every time I look at the clock, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's this time. Like, oh my gosh, it's this time. Um, yeah. So, uh, yeah. There's. Sorry, I looked at a comment and lost my train of thought. Um, but yeah, there's always something to do, and the days are just spent productively trying to make healing vibrations media, something bigger than what it is. It's amazing, and I mean, I'm so grateful for it. But Drew and I we want to expand in lots of ways. And Purse, what are you doing? Sorry, everyone. Hang on. Oops. You little goofball. Well, apparently he did want to make an appearance. You silly kid. You silly little kid. So, okay, let me dive back in here. Tequina, you've been a member for 25 months, but excuse me, I got cat hair all over my face. He's worth it every time. But you've been a part of our community for, I think, a lot longer than that. And thank you so much for your moderating, and thank you so much for your support throughout all of these years. Virtual hug. Let's go. um, Progressively you. I'm honored that my videos and my content has been able to get you through restless days and sleepless nights. That is why I make the content that I do. I think experience is one of the greatest keys to knowledge, and if you can learn from it, it then becomes wisdom. And I think that knowing those restless days, and like, oh gosh, I've experienced it myself, and knowing that I experienced it myself, and that is like a knowing that I'm not the only one. There's other people that experience it too. And if I can bring you even 5 minutes of relief, I'm making the world a better place. And I'm grateful to be here for you. um, Alvina, yes, and I am healing through my gift and doing everything I can to help the collective. I think that, you know, there's so much going on in the world, and we don't talk about it here at Healing Vibrations because that's just not what this space is. This is a space for you all to get away from the distractions of life, to hold space for you to just come and turn the world off and just be present with yourself and with sound and vibration. And, I think holding space is one of my greatest skills. I'm someone that, I've experienced, people checking out of my conversation when I'm talking to them and not truly listening. And one of the things I'm good at is just being present. And I do have my moments when I'm not, absolutely. Like, every day is a learning journey, and, life is a roller coaster, and I have big highs and I have big lows. But I think really seeing and hearing and listening to people is one of my gifts, because people deserve to be heard. Like, doesn't matter what you've been through in life or who you are or what your career is or, this or that. We're all human, and we all go through the same things on different levels. And sometimes people just need someone to hold space for them to just let things out. That's one of the ways that I release best, is when I'm like, I've got a lot going on. I'll just feel wound up and, thoughts going crazy. And sometimes I just need someone to just sit there and to just hear me. And I'll just spew, not directed at them, but just spew out. And then it's like, oh, okay, thank you. I feel better. I'm going to go back and play some music. But sometimes holding space it's not so common, and so that's what Healing Vibrations is. It's a holding space container where you can come and just do whatever you need to. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay. Billy's Craft Room. Thank you. Um, Thank you for receiving my space and receiving my art. Um, I'm honored that I can hold space for you. Oh, this is a good question. Osa, I'm just going to stick with your first name. um, Osa asks, what would I say are the top 3 strategies to grow your YouTube channel? Um, number one is consistency. um, just be consistent. And with healing vibrations, it we were posting a video, an hour-long video every single week for almost 10 months with getting no views. Like, we were getting no views, and we were putting so much time and so many hours into these creations, and then we would release it and we'd get we get like 20 views, 30 views, and we're like, oh my gosh, like 100 people saw this video. And so just being consistent with it and just not giving up is one of the most important things. So consistency is key. Two is having a very specific day that you release every single week. So it's like almost like a TV show. So it's like you release at this time, on this day, every single week, and you do not miss it. That, I guess, goes hand in hand with consistency. The next is, honing in on your niche. Like, whatever it is that you love to do, there's someone else out there that loves to do it too, and will probably want to see and learn whatever it is that you have to teach. So just trusting that what you love in your heart, um, and what your skill is, just believe in it and don't give up. So I hope that's good advice for you there. Oh gosh, there's so many comments. You're amazing. I wish I could answer all of you. There's lots of hearts and smiley faces and hugs and kind things. So I'm just gonna give you a virtual hug right now, and just feel it. I'm just sending you so much love, so much love. And Drew did try to call me. I'm gonna check my email again to see if, nope. Okay. Actually, and I'm gonna jump down the comments real quick just for another audio and visual check-in. Can everybody hear me okay? And can everybody see me okay? Yes. Excellent. Oh, that question just popped up. Do my arms ever get tired? Yes. But they have come so far. I when we first started healing vibrations, we don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't do it. First, no. The nice thing about having a musical studio is that everything that you bump into just makes music. um, Sorry, sidetracked. Yeah, when we first started, I'm just gonna say I, just so you know that it's me talking. When I first started healing vibrations, my arms would get so tired. They would get so tired that after, like, it started at like 8 minutes, or it started at like 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, we had to take a break, and I had to put my arms down. I'm like, oh, my arms are tired. And then it got to 8 minutes, and then it got to 10 minutes, and it's just muscle strengthening. I also exercise. Don't do it. Perseus wants to jump up here again. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. You are such a stinker. Get over here. Get you little kitty cat butt over here. Here, he's got his little spot next to me. There we go. Now make yourself cozy right there, okay? You make yourself cozy right there, you little stinker. Anyways. But yeah, it's been muscle training for the past almost 5 years, and I've gotten to the point where I can roll my arms up for like 2 hours, 3 hours, without getting tired. So it's like strength muscle strengthening. So if your arms get tired, just push through that fatigue and that tired. And one of the greatest things when I'm feeling super fatigued in my arms, I just take a nice deep breath. Just and it fills the body with oxygen, and somehow it extends the lifespan of my arms. Don't. Purse, come on, you little brat. He's doing it on purpose. You know what? You get time out in daddy's lap now. You got time out in daddy's lap. Um, I saw a good question by you, Jackie Jones. Um, an instrument I would love to add to my repertoire is the tongue or the handpan. I love the steel handpan so much, but it's so pricey, and it's just out of our range right now. But it's definitely something that I would love to have in the future and play with. And also the guitar. I really want to learn the guitar. I've been learning music a lot lately, and I actually have piano lessons starting tomorrow, and that will soon lead to guitar lessons too, I'm sure. I just want to be, it's funny because he's gonna go for the chair again. Don't you do it? I never played music my whole life, and I didn't know, how to play anything music until these singing bowls. And now, I can kind of play the piano, and I can kind of play these in a nice way. And Perseus just wants to just, he's just being a stinker. Stop. Um, yeah, so I'm learning music. I'm learning music through the singing bowls, which is amazing. Um, and then healing sound baths, you asked, do I like 432 hertz or 440 hertz? This is one of those things that Drew and I have studied intensively. I was one of those people that was like, no, 432 hertz is the only way. There's like conspiracies out there that's like 440 hertz is a disharmonic. But ultimately, I've had amazing experiences with 440 hertz music, and I've had amazing experiences with 432 hertz music. Um, to me, the 432 does feel a little bit more harmonious, and that's why I use the 432 hertz scale for my bowls. But I think ultimately, if you have singing bowls in 444 or 440 hertz, you're going to create magical music that is going to be so amazing, and people are going to love it, and no one's going to know the difference. And the whole key to music is what you feel inside of yourself. So when you feel those releases inside of you, you can have those releases with 486 hertz. You can have those releases with 528 hertz. You can have those releases with all different frequencies. So it just depends on you, the emotion and feeling that you're in the moment, and that's about it. In my own personal opinion, of course. Um, and Lala, no, the 7 hours streams are looped, and that is one question that we've been getting a lot on sleeping vibrations. Is like, oh my gosh, are you playing for 8 hours? We don't meet. Like, I don't mean to mislead any of you in any way, but no, I don't play for 8 hours straight. I think if we, with how many sound baths we film every week, if I was playing 8 hours for each one, that would be a full-time job of just playing the bowls, and then we wouldn't have time for all these other things that we need to do. So I usually play for about an hour, and then we loop the hour and into 8 hours. Okay, and scrolling down, scrolling down. Let's see. Kira, yes. Stretches. I don't do arm workouts before my sound baths, but I definitely stretch. And I think one of the best things to do before any practice of anything is getting enough oxygen within you. And that means, breath work. I think breath work is one of the most powerful forces that we can have. And, you know, if I don't fill myself with enough oxygen right off to start my day off, I'll be getting tired a lot faster. So yeah, I do breathing exercises, and I definitely do stretching on the forearms and my legs, just so they can stay crossed for as many hours that we need, like 4 hours or something. Um, Zener- Zenergy, great question. What do I do to uplift or elevate my vibration outside of eating healthy? Like, how did I upgrade my default frequency to resonate to that of bliss? So, my motto in life is self care is health care. Um, what I've been doing, so exercise is huge for me lately. And one of the things I've been turning to the most is cold plunging. So I actually take care of my family home. This house that I live in is not mine. I wish it was, but it is my family home, and I'm the property manager for it. And so we live on the beach. I live on the beach, and I get to do cold plunges in the Puget Sound almost every single morning. And you know, discipline is something that means a lot to me right now. And, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Um, if I feel fear or discomfort in anything, I'm going to go for it, because that's where the most that's where the most growth is for myself personally. Like when I'm like, oh, I don't know if like I don't have the willpower to jump in that cold water. It's 30 degrees outside. I'm like, no, like it's good for me. Like I feel the call to it. So that's what I do personally for keeping myself in a positive state. Don't even think about it. It's funny, he never sits on this chair, but today he wants to sit over there so bad. This is your spot right here. This is your chair right here. Um, and meditation is life for me. I meditate maybe 3 times a day. I start my day before I look at my phone, before I eat, before I do anything. I center myself. I fill myself with oxygen, and I just find my peace. And then I start my day, and then about midday, I'll feel overwhelmed in my eyes if I'm looking at the computer screen editing music. And then I'll just close my eyes and I'll do breath work again for 10 to 20 minutes. And then at the very end of the night, excuse me, I I meditate again for about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. And I do this because a little trick: if you like to remember your dreams and have vivid, lucid dreams, one of the best ways to do that is taking in a lot of oxygen before you go to bed. And so I love to dream. I fly in my dreams almost every single night. It's like one of my favorite things in the world. And I do a lot of magical things in my dreams. I won't share because you might think I'm crazy, but aren't we all? I'm just kidding. Um, so yeah, that's how I keep my vibrational state at a good place. I definitely fall off. Also, life happens, and I can be emotional, and I can be overwhelmed, and I just go back to those practices, and they keep me strong mentally and physically. Um, let's see here. Let me. Um, Manju's XL. I receive your thanks and I reflect some back to you. Thank you so much. I'm honored my music can be there for you to help you sleep. Um, right with it. AK, man, oh, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, you didn't have to do that, but I really do appreciate it. It That means a lot. Another virtual hug coming your way. Let's go. Um, okay, I'm gonna scroll back up. What's my favorite food from you, Josh? I can't say that I have a favorite. I love so many. I love so much food. Um, I guess my favorite food would be like a really ripe mango or watermelon or peach. I think when those are at their prime ripeness, oh, I could eat like 100 of them in one sitting. Um, let's see here. Let's see. Give me just a minute. Josephine, you know, frequencies to help neuropathy and neurological conditions. You know, there's we can't say that things do or don't help with this or that just because it is out of my scope of practice. Um, I'm sure that there are some profound frequencies to help those conditions, but I think that don't do it, please, bud. um, but I can't give you any recommendations just because I'm not a doctor and I just I don't have the personal experience with that. Don't even think about it. Don't even. Well, I told you it was going to be an interview with Perseus and I. You are such a little stinker. You are a little stinker. That's it. That's it. Excuse me for just 1 second. This is your bed. There you go, boy. Sorry about that. He just likes to be the center of attention. um, Sandy, that's amazing that you play the piano as well. I admire piano players so much. I just think it's such an amazing skill to have. And when like piano can make me cry like that, like the right piano song, like I could just have piano playing in the background all day long, and it just puts me in the best mindset ever. So good for you. Starseed Vibrations, welcome to you. Um, welcome from Poland. I'm glad you're here. um, let's see here. Scrolling down. Shemeka, you know, uh, this is the thought of teaching classes to properly pair certain singing bowls together and just all of that is something that has been in my mind for so long. And you know, I might actually create another YouTube channel that teaches how to play the singing bowls and how to play the instruments and how to do all these things, and deep diving into the frequencies and the vibrations and the you know, all the metaphysical magic and theories about that stuff. Um, I I might do that. It's been on my mind for a long time, but it's just 2023 is a time of like finding that time because we have so much energy put into all these other channels that we just want to take things step by step and one bit at a time, because and it is so important because I'll find, you know, I love listening to sound bath artists that aren't my music. You know, I love to just experience sound from everybody and, you know, drop in a little comment just like you're doing amazing. um but there are a lot out there that play it in a way that I'm like, no, don't play it like that, or no, don't do that. And I think that it's important for someone that really knows what they're doing to teach this stuff, because if someone, you know, is like, oh, I want to experience sound therapy, and then they go to one of these sound baths where someone's playing like that, right off the bat, they're going to close the door and be like, okay, it's not for me. Like, I don't, that was not fun. That was not pleasant. I don't want to experience that. And so it's so important for us to know what we're doing before we start, facilitating experiences for people, because, the way that we broaden the spectrum and raise the awareness to sound therapy is by providing these magical experiences for people in the right way. Okay, let's see here. Scrolling around. Thanks for the hug back, AK. Let's see. Um, the House Mystic. I, uh, I am a Sagittarius. I am a Sag, all through and through. Um, yes, and Jackie, you're right. Some people. It's funny because some people, like my grandma, for example, most amazing woman in the world, she hates my music. She's like, oh gosh, turn it off. Like, what is this? Like, she just absolutely can't handle it. And there are people at my other job, or back when I used to be a massage therapist, that hated the singing bowls. They like, right when it starts, they're just like, nope, not gonna listen to that. Drives me crazy right off the bat. And I'm like, you know what? It's really interesting, because the people that were the most repelled to the sound music were the people that were the most manic. And they're like the people that are like really high strung, and like they like stress me out when they would come in my presence. I'm like, no, if you feel repelled to them, it's because you need them. Like, you need some work. Um, that's just my own personal opinion. And it's funny because the bowls all, uh, they affect me differently at different stages in my life. Like, sometimes one bowl, I'll be like, oh, I just don't like playing this one, and I'll like exclude it from some of the sound baths. And it's the ones I feel repelled to that I've learned that those are the ones that I need the most. And I'll like force myself through it, and it I'll have a breakthrough. So if you're feeling repelled to something or turned off by something in the sound therapy journey, there's a good chance that there's some healing to be done in that field and in that space. Um, okay, scrolling down. Let's see here. Um, Janelle Williams, I'm so happy that you found your way to my channel, and I'm so happy that you feel the positive shift. Um, I feel that everything comes in divine timing. The right moment, the right time. Will, I'm someone that believes in, seek and you shall find, ask and you shall receive in time. And you may want something so bad right now, but it's not meant for you right now. And whatever it is that you want won't come to you until you're truly ready on a subconscious level. So I'm really glad you found your way here. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, as I look down, Fatima, thank you. No, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Ah, huge virtual hug coming your way. Get over here. Ah. Thank you. I send you all of my love and all of my appreciation. That means a lot. Um, that's funny that you say that, Virgo Pixie. She says that's how people are when they don't like the smell of the smoke cleansing too. Um, you're so right about that. One of my first sound baths that I gave at the Four Seasons, I I cleansed the room with sage. I love sage. and I cleansed the room with sage, and someone just threw a fit of fits, and just like it's funny because I think back on Zoolander, the movie Zoolander, when he when he's in the mines and he's like, I got the black lung pot, like, and this guy was doing that exact same thing. It's like, I'm like, come on, like, there's is such a small amount of time. I'm like, this guy needs a good cleanse. That's funny. Um, Terry Clark, I do travel etherically. Astral travel is it's something that I've done for many years, and something that I come in and out of. Sometimes I just want to sleep and not go to these wherever it is that we go. I'm not gonna say anything. Um, but yeah, I all of my awakening processes came through out of body experiences in meditation. Um, you know, the greatest experiences I've ever had were with a completely sober mind, in silence, in the pitch black, breathing and exploring the depths of my own psyche. Um, so yeah, I actually, oh gosh, I have so many stories for you all. I have so many stories, and it's already been an hour and 10 minutes. I've got time. I don't mind, hanging out a little bit longer. Um, but there will be more of these, and there are a lot of really, stories that I have that you you couldn't even make up. Like, I've got some stories that will just get you to question things, and questioning is the key to growing and experiencing, because um, when you're like, why, you can find answers. Sometimes you might find what you're looking for, and sometimes you might not. Excuse me, I'm gonna take a sip of this. I think I just. Oh, Daniela Martinez. Oh, welcome. I am just a man behind a bowl. I'm just your average Joe. Um, Daniela, actually, she was one of our first followers when we first started this YouTube channel. And I'm just honored that you've been a part of our community, my community, for all of these years. And I'll never forget the comment she said. We would get, maybe one or two comments a week. And she said that my channel was a hidden gem. And I was like, oh, I've always wanted to be a hidden gem. Like, Healing Vibrations is a hidden gem. The world will discover it when the world is ready. So that stuck with me forever. So thank you so much for being here, Daniela, and thank you for your love and kindness throughout all of this time. Um, Goddess Renee, you too? Oh, thank you. Goddess Renee has been around since the very beginning too. Oh, thank you for your donation. Another virtual hug coming your way. Big one. Get ready for it. Let's go. Goddess Renee has actually been to a few of our live shows too, because she is also from Washington State. That is where Healing Vibrations is located. Born and raised. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your gratitude. I send you mine as well. All right, scrolling up. Let's see here. Spinal Sun, thank you as well for finding my channel and for being here and shining your love. I'm honored that my music could have been there for you during those times, and that's why I create the content that I do, and why I make what I make, is so that I can be here for people like you that need it the most. And I appreciate you. Namaste. Right back to you. Oh, Chloe Evans, thank you for the hug. I'll send you one back. Let's go. Let's see here. All right, scrolling down, scrolling down. Let's see here. Um, yeah, AK. We actually put our live shows on hold, on pause. Um, we're trying to really fine tune 2023, and the live shows really took a lot out of Drew and I both. The whole preparation, um, getting everything together, and it actually it didn't really quite take off in the way that we were really hoping it would. Um, and that's okay. Another time and another place. But ultimately, someday in the future, I would really love to get back into the live stuff. There's nothing like hearing a live sound bath and experiencing it there. Um, it's truly a different experience. I mean, we do the best that we can to make it feel as close to being live as possible. But ultimately, live is live, and so the best way for you to experience a live sound math is to find one in your local area. Eventbrite always has amazing um, events on them on their page, and yeah, if you want to experience a live sound bath, check your local area and support your local artists. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Roxanne Black, my big three placements. I don't mind sharing this again. I am a Sagittarius sun, I'm a Gemini rising, and I'm a Taurus moon. There, you know everything about me now. Terry Clark, that's really funny that you ask about the etheric web. Yes, I do. I always called it the grid. Um, uh, there's so much I want to share, but I I want to keep it pretty neutral. I'm going to keep it neutral today, and we'll dive into the way deeper stuff on another day where it's in the title, so people that aren't into that kind of stuff aren't put off. Um, um, and Lakeside Laura, you're right on time. Divine timing in all things. Um, let's see. Yes, actually, great questions. What is my relationship boundaries? How do I listen to them? How do I communicate them? How do I practice them? Um, I've One of the things that I have been really good at in this life is not respecting my boundaries. Saying yes to things because I didn't want to hurt someone's feelings, or agreeing to something that I didn't really want to do, and then I would go there and not be fully present because I wasn't in the emotional space, or have the capacity to give them what they wanted. Um, and so, one of the greatest learning lessons I've had fairly recently, like within the past year, I'd say, is respecting myself and knowing when to say no, and knowing that it is completely okay to say no. Um, if someone is asking for this and I don't feel at the capacity to give that, I would, just respectfully say, I'm sorry, like not even saying I'm sorry. There's nothing to apologize for when you're respecting what your soul is telling you to do, but just being like, thank you so much for the offer, but I have, this or that, or this is something that I have to do. Um, but I've learned to really listen to my inner voice and listen to my gut, and when it's telling me something, and or whether it's like this is bothering me about this person, or I don't agree with this idea, who cares how it makes this other person feel? Like, obviously, I care how they feel, but in the way that, like, I should speak my voice too, because my opinion is just as valid as anybody else's. And ultimately, when two people disagree, that brings an opportunity for growth. So it's like, if you don't agree with something, it's like, why? Okay, let's talk about it. Okay. And then there comes to be a mutual agreement or understanding in the long run. Um, so, yeah, I think that respecting your boundaries and trusting your gut and speaking what's on your heart is the most important thing, because there's so many things that I wanted to say in previous relationships and experiences that I never said, that could have just cleared things up if I just said it instead of being afraid that it was going to hurt somebody. Because people have said things to me that, I have said that maybe hurt them, and I don't I, I don't take hits at all. Like, when someone is like isn't happy about something I've done, I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. Like, I first of all, I didn't mean to make you feel that way, but this is why this, and just being clear with your words. Yeah. Let's see. Going through again. Montezuma, I'm the lucky one that you found me. And thank you so much for being here. Um, oh, sleep tight, Billy. Thank you for being a part of this experience. Thanks for being a part of the chat. Thank you for being a part of the community. And I hope you sleep wonderfully. Namaste. Sorcerer Supreme, I'm so happy to see you here. Thank you for joining us from Ireland. And that's another amazing thing about these live spaces, is that, we can be all over the world, and technically we're all together in the same place at the same time. And, there's pros and cons to everything, and there's pros and cons to technology, but, it's moments like these that we can be united when otherwise it would not be possible. So thank you for being here. Miss Cindy, you know, I've reached out to Janae Aiko before, to no avail. It would be so cool to do a collaboration with her. Um, we haven't been, we've kind of closed the doors for collaborations as well. Um, we just got so much happening at Healing Vibrations. But, if she gave a call and she was like, hey, you want to be a part of one of my songs? I'd be like, okay, let's go. But it has to have a good message. It's got to be about something about love and happiness and joy and unification and all that good stuff. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Lakeside Laura, Perseus is also a Sagittarius. He's on the cusp of Scorpio and Sagittarius, and I'm on the cusp of um, Sagittarius and Capricorn. They call it the cusp of prophecy. That's kind of cool. All right, scrolling down. Yes, Billy's craft room. That's absolutely right. The expectations of others are not a to-do list. I was so good at tiptoeing around people, because I'm like putty. I'm so adaptable, and anybody can say anything to me and I won't get offended, and it won't hurt my feelings. And, you know, because it's so easy for me to hear someone say something about anything, um, I know how difficult it is for others, to, with like constructive criticism or anything like that. I feel like constructive criticism is one of the things I love the most, because I'm like, oh, okay, like, I didn't think of it in that way, or I never thought about it in that way. And if you thought it that way, then maybe other people thought it that way too. So thank you for sharing that with me. And okay, yeah, I can make an adaptation and change this a little bit. Um, but I've learned, if people are triggered and upset with you about something that you've done or say, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And when you strike a chord in somebody, it's usually because they have some healing to do in that area where the chord was struck. And if anything, instead of saying apologizing, it's like knowing that you could potentially have sparked an awareness moment in them, which ultimately leads to being a good thing. And Starseed Vibrations, thank you so much for becoming high vibrational. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, your support really means a lot. It really does. And I'm grateful for you. So another big hug coming your way. Get over here. I'm going to take another little sip here. I am truly enjoying this live stream with you all. And I thank you all so much for being here and being a part of this experience. I'm going to scroll up and see some comments. Cloudy Domi, I'm so grateful that I can help you ground and bring you back from wherever you went. Grounding is something that's so important for me, and that's actually why I play the root bowl so frequently in all of my sound baths. I usually have it as the base, and it's because it holds this grounding vibration, this grounding energy that holds everybody in the present. I shouldn't say everybody, it holds me personally in the present moment in such a deep way that when I bring in the other frequencies, I like weave them together so that we can harness those frequencies to match the grounding that's being held. So thank you. And I love you too, Nicole. Thank you. Honestly, I'm really happy that my music can be here for you for the past 2 years that you've been listening and being able to hold space for you whenever you need it. Honored. Thank you. Katie G, thank you for being here. I'm so happy to see you. Yay! There's so many of you that I recognize from the Sunday night chat rooms and just from the comments that I read every day. And your comments and your views help my channel so much. And the fact that so many of you come back and listen to my content and share my content and support my content, it helps keep healing vibrations alive. To be completely honest, we were at a really difficult place last year because our channel was just going for months and months and months, and it was really just plummeting. And Drew and I, for the first time in all these years, were like, we don't know if we can support ourselves doing this anymore. And it was truly heartbreaking. I went through a really, really sad time. And, Drew made that a poll to see, what type of content you all like the most. And when you all said sleeping, we're like, oh, we haven't been making that many sleep videos, but so many of you listen to our content for sleep. And so Drew came up with the idea for sleeping vibrations and creating another channel that is just straight sleep music and nothing but the long tone, deep vibration frequencies for sleep. And honestly, sleeping vibrations saved healing vibrations. Like it was actually really scary. I was like, I don't want to leave this. Like, oh, there's so much more to create and so much more to make for you all that it was a tough time. But healing vibrations or sleeping vibrations came through, saved the day, and then healing vibrations kind of started to catch traction again, and now we're at a comfortable place. We'd love to grow more, of course, because nothing is guaranteed at YouTube. And so that's why we're coming up with, more channels, more content, so we can hit the niches that each of you like, and you know try to create a little bit of job security, because you just don't know with YouTube. Like one day they could just show your content less, and then no one's seen your content, they don't recommend it to anybody, and the next thing you know, your views are plummeting, your views start to plummet, then the wages start to plummet, and it's all a chain reaction. So YouTube it's an amazing career, but it's definitely uh, it can be scary, and yeah, we adapt as we go. um, you made me smile. Thank you, Trish Salinger. Thank you so much. You are all a joy to me too. Like, I'm glad it's reciprocated. Um, Honestly, your messages, your comments, and your support just make my life. They are like honestly my favorite things to do. I start the day and I'll answer comments for an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, listening to one of my sound baths, and I barely make a dent in them. Like, oh my gosh, I've been I've been commenting all this time, and we only break in like a day or 2 days, and I'm like, oh, but what about the people that commented, the 4 or 5 days ago or 6 days ago? Like, I wasn't able to make it to them, and it's like, oh, I just have to accept that I can't answer all of them. um, but one little a little trick with healing vibrations is our releases on Sunday. I will always answer every single comment on Monday morning to the sound bath that was released on Sunday. So if you want a guaranteed response from me, that's the best way to do it. Same goes for sleeping vibrations and guided vibrations. The day after our release is everyone's going to get a message there. Um, Ashley asks, what life experience shaped who I am? That's an easy one. It was my out of body experience. Um, Again, that will be. It's a long story, and um, very, very deep and near and dear to my heart. And I'll share it one of these days. But when I saw that I was everything, it changed everything. I changed my career path. I changed my life. Um, I became someone who was less about self-service and more about collective service. And I just, I just woke up when I came back, and I just wanted to do more for the world. I wanted to do more for people. I wanted to share my story so everyone knew, about the possibilities of what life really is and why we're even here. And oh, sorry if that's loud. The garage door is opening. So yeah, my out of body experience was the catalyst for who I am today. Because if you saw me back in my early 20s, whew, I was a different man. I was very, very different. And I'm, no regrets on those days. But that chapter of my life was very dark, and I'm grateful for it. I am, because it wouldn't have, if I didn't go through what I went through back then, it wouldn't have led me on the path of discovery and bring me to who I am today. And when it seems like everything's hopeless and you have nothing and you're at the very bottom, you're at the very rock, there's always a way out. And anything can happen in your life, can change just like that. Sorry, that was loud. Um, let's see here. 2:33. Wow, we've been here for an hour and a half. It's a long time. um, I'm going to read another comment here. Court B. You're so very welcome. And I love that my music can help you feel more connected to the universe and feel more grounded. That means everything to me, and I can agree 100%. It makes me feel that way too. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm really, I do apologize to those of you who were counting on the the link that I left in the community tab post. I'm really sorry that that link didn't work. I think I'm gonna have to figure out a way to schedule these without it, or maybe I'll schedule. I don't know. It's difficult because it when I scheduled this, it just wouldn't let me open up the camera. It just wouldn't let me get the live stream going after it was scheduled. So I'm glad many of you found your way here, and you as well, James. Thank you. Um, Velvet Stardust, thank you. I I'm glad that you put this music on for your family. I hope that they appreciate it as much as you do. um, and James, that is amazing. Um, I'm honored to help be a catalyst for this amazing journey of sound healing that you're on. Um, all it takes is one experience to trigger a shift within us, and our whole entire life path can change in the blink of an eye. So I'm very grateful. Kara, you ask, where do I purchase my singing bowls? Actually, like 70% of my bowls came from a company that discontinued them. And it was so sad because they had the cleanest, clearest, smoothest crystal singing bowls out of my whole collection. And yeah, they don't sell them anymore. But I don't know how familiar you are all with Minel Sonic Energy. We did a little collaboration with them earlier in the year, and they sent us a few of their bowls to try out. And wow, like wow. Minel Sonic Energy has the best, longest resonating, fullest sounding singing bowls I've ever played. And honestly, I kind of expected it from them because they're such a good music company. Like they build the best instruments that I have. And we recorded 3 different root bowls, and we checked the levels of them, and how long their peak was and how long they resonated for. And the Minel bowl outlasted I have 3 different root chakra bowls, and it outlasted each of them by like 15 to 20 seconds. So their bowls are so clear, so crisp, and high quality. So Minel Sonic Energy, that's the way to go. And you can find a link in our description boxes if you want to find it through our affiliate link. That would support our channel a lot too. Conscious Jess, you're incredible. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for the kind words. Yeah, and um, that's the way it goes, James. Um, we people say that people don't change, but I can very clearly say that people can change if they want to change. And it's never too late to start a new career path either. You might be in your 40s, but like the way I see it, it's like I don't know what might be my interest when I'm 40 or when I'm 50 or when I'm 60. If I started a brand new career at 60, then so be it. Life is just a ride. It's a journey. There's no like ultimate destination. There's no like, oh, when I'm this, I'll be this. It's like, no, life is just the moment and the present, because truly that's all there is. Like everything else is technically just a figment of our own imagination. Like you can think about the future, but the future doesn't exist. It's not here. You can make plans for it and set yourself up for it. As long as it doesn't take away the beauty of the moment, that's what counts. And a lot of us hang on to the past. And one of the greatest things that I've learned in life is the letting go process of the past. And even within minutes, I can let go of something, because once it's done, it's already over. It's gone. It's not a part of your reality anymore, even if it was 5 minutes ago. And so I'm not going to let something that happened in the past affect the emotions and the feelings that I have in this present moment. Obviously, way easier said than done. It's like it's a practice. Like I've made, financial investments that just, wrecked me in ways, and I'm just like, oh my, what have I? And it's like it's already over. It's already over. So how do I learn from it? Okay, let's let's not just jump into something like that blindly. Let's not do it like this, and just like, okay, how do we prevent that from happening again? Instead of dwelling on it, like, I can't believe I did this. Oh, I can't believe I did this. Like I used to hold on to these things that I did, and I would just be in this moment holding on to a moment that isn't even here anymore. And in a way, that's, in my mind, like that's kind of crazy. And of course you remember memories and they have attachments and feelings to them, but to not let them take over this brand new moment that you have in every second is where the power lies. Yeah. um and Kira, no, I don't have any rose quartz singing bowls. Mindful Sonic Energy let me borrow one, and it was so amazing. It resonated so beautifully, but I had to give it back. Um, yeah, Lakeside Laura, I've been feeling called to Sedona for a long time. I would love to visit Sedona at some point in my life, but yeah, it's difficult to do sound baths in any other location because there's such, like, I have like an expectation of the quality of sound bath that I can provide, and so there's so much that goes with it that it would just cost so much money to bring all of my equipment and everything over there. So it's a little out of my awareness at the moment. And actually, I'll probably do this for another 4 minutes. I'll drop the stream at 2:45. I still do have a lot of editing to do for the music, and been here for a while. And I honestly, I could probably sit here all day long. Um, but we'll schedule another one for next week, and we'll just hang out and chat and do this all over again. Um, uh, Stay in your lane. Herbal hair growth. The bowl that helps me when I'm feeling alone is the heart bowl. The heart bowl was with me during some really tough times, and I could play a sequence of notes. The F is always that, it's the note F. That note is always like a completion for me. So it's like a closing of the energy, and that's why you hear that in my sound baths. So that one is like, it's like little heart explosions. Whenever I play that note, I imagine I'm sending a little heart pop into each of you. Claudia, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for dropping in. Mahalo to you as well. Thank you for all of your love and appreciation all of this time as well. You're amazing. Kaya, I actually taught myself how to play the bowls. I never took any classes or learned any lessons. I've heard some teachers play, and I personally was like, They don't know what they're doing. Like, no, I can do better. That's like a little ego thing that I have. Like, I always feel like I already know how to do everything, even if I haven't learned or been taught them. So my learning experience came from rewatching my own content and listening how I did things and being like, oh, I want to keep how I did that. Oh, I don't want to keep how I did that. And learning with every single sound bath that I created. Ghosts in the house, and oh, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. Um, I'm so happy to hear that you don't have any stress since finding my channel. I'm doing my job. Um, that means a lot to me, and your donation means a lot to me. And now I'm gonna send you a big, huge virtual hug. So get on over here. Come on. um, let's see here. And I'll answer this one again. Kira, my other spiritual practices that I do, I have crystal wands that I craft, that I do energy work with and draw in the etheric energy of the universe. Um, if you believe in that stuff or not. I also meditate 2 to 3 times a day. I do a lot of grounding outside with my feet in the grass and in the ocean. Um, I do a lot of cold plunging, and I listen to a lot of crystal singing bowls. um, yes. And, Court B, do I believe in angels? You know, I might. Depends on what you call them. You can call them angels or spirits or guides or all these things. I do believe that there's realms within realms within realms. I don't know how much I need to filter in this conversation, though, just because I just want to. I don't know. Drew and I have talked about this stuff. Like, sometimes I share too much. But that will be a question for another time. I do believe in a lot of things, and I've experienced a lot of things. I might have different names for them. You call many different things, but I believe in that anything is possible. That's my answer. I believe that anything's possible. Um, and this will be the last question I answer before I close this space. Carolyn Carter. Um, I maintain focus for long periods while using the singing bowls without falling asleep by, you know, I get lost in my sound baths. It becomes like a trance, and I'll go in my sound baths with my intention, and I'll also do counting as I count the notes, the times transitions through those notes. But breathing and just being present in the moment, I could honestly play them for like 10 hours straight, and it will feel like 10 minutes. Every time I finish a sound bath, I'm like, gosh, like, hour already went by, half hour already went by. Like, it just felt like a blink. Um, so it's almost like a trance like state where I just let the intuition flow and I get lost in it. So, and there are times when I'm really tired that I'm like, if I hold the note for too long, I could fall asleep like that. I could just go. I'm like, no, no, no. Like, sometimes I'll doze. I'm like, don't fall asleep. But yeah. Um, yeah. I definitely get lost in time, and I love it. I love it. And I am gonna close this space because I do have a lot more I have to do. But I just want to thank you all so much for being here. I'm so grateful for all of the familiar faces that dropped in here today or tonight, wherever you are in the world. I'll set up another one for next week. I really can't wait for it already. Maybe even later this week. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep you all posted. Just, you know, set the turn your notifications on for my page. Um, Comment or keep your eye out for my community tab posts and my stories, and I'll keep you posted on all of that stuff. And I would like to close a space by saying that I love you and I appreciate you and I thank you for being here and I thank you for your support, and I can't wait to keep making the content that I do, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. So have a great night, everyone, or day, wherever you are in the world. And let's see if I can close this. Let's see here. Yep, here we go. Okay. Love you, everyone. Bye.